Hello my friends, it's Retro Looker, and today we're doing something that is a bit of a tradition around here. I'm going to be unveiling a new design of PlayStation. This is something I've done over the years just so I can showcase a new design, show you the ins and outs, and I really like this one and I want to show it off. Obviously you will see many a cinematic video with this one, but I wanted to show a documentary style process just to show you every little bit and where you can get it when we're done. So, the video game in question here, the theme of this PlayStation, is Days Gone. Days Gone is one of my favourite games, aside from The Last of Us, obviously, but as far as zombie games go, Days Gone is fantastic, and it was a real shame that Days Gone 2 did not progress past the idea stage. Unfortunately, PlayStation shut down the idea, even though it was super successful, super unique, really pushed the boundaries of zombie infected gameplay. So, a while ago, a unfortunate amount ago, because someone came to me and they said, I really want a Days Gone PlayStation. And I said, fantastic. This is one of the ideas I've had. This is one of the things I want to make. So I was very excited about that because I'm the Last of Us guy. Everybody just wants The Last of Us. So when someone comes to me for something else, God of War, Assassin's Creed, Days Gone, I've got so many ideas, but everyone always wants The Last of Us, and that keeps me very busy, and that's absolutely fine. But it always excites me when I get to work on something new. It always excites me when I get to work on something that is on my list, my bucket list of things I want to make. So this one is very exciting for me. But the idea I had, if you've seen the Steelbook is kind of like, it's just printed, but it's meant to look like Deacon's Cut. It's meant to be leather, it's got Days Gone on the front, it's got the dog on the back. And I was like, this is great, I want to make that, but a PlayStation. But I actually want it to look real. I don't want it to just be a print, I don't want it to be painted, I want it to look like an actual leather jacket. I want it to look real. And I pitched the idea to my client, and they loved it. And I tried, like, it was just, I could not quite get what I wanted from the project. It didn't translate as well as I wanted it to. And I started again like 3 times. And the idea just didn't translate well enough. And that really bummed me out. Like, I really struggled with it, and I tried to communicate best I could that it just wasn't working out. And to be fair, they were so patient, and they did get a little frustrated in the end. And I was like, you know what? I'm so sorry. It's not working out. How about this idea? And I said, let me do this. I can do it in 2 weeks. This idea will work. I tried to do something new. I tried to do something that didn't work out. It didn't translate. And they said, okay, let's see what you can do. And this is very me. Anyone who knows me, anyone knows what I do, what I make, this is me. This is also Days Gone. This is the perfect for me. This is the perfect embodiment of the game. And I think it's fantastic. And I can't wait to show you. I'm going to show you in a minute because I'm excited to. But yeah, after we spoke, after 6 months of me trying to recreate exactly what I wanted and falling a little short each time, this hits the nail on the head. This is the money. This is what they've been waiting for, and I hope they really like it, and I hope you guys like it as well. That's why we do these videos. We like to show the work in a honest documentary style fashion. So none of the cinematic shots, none of the fancy camera angles. This is a brutally honest look at the work. So let's take a look, shall we? Just move my microphone out of the way. Right, so Days Gone, PlayStation 5. There we go. I've been working on this for the past couple of weeks. This is the front. I've also made a center panel, which I threw in for free of charge because I'd taken a long time to complete what they'd asked for. I said, look, let me make you this as well. No extra charge. it will complete the console for you. And this is the back. I'm very excited by this one. Very excited. And it's come together so organically. It's come together so beautifully. It's just all worked out. And when I started, I didn't really have an idea of what I was doing or where I was going. I just kind of knew what it kind of wanted to look like. I just knew it was going to be rusted metal. That was what I pitched to them. I said, let me do you a rusted metal design. They said, okay. So I started off, and I'm sure you've seen some pictures and some videos and some sneak peeks of this, but this is the finished product. I started off, I knew I wanted this rusty riveted frame around the outside. We started off with that. I knew I wanted this little like chain link fence in here as well. But I started off with the logo. I made this first. I knew that had to be the centerpiece of the console on this side. And then I just started messing about, and I think I made this dead end sign first. And then I was like, Days Gone takes place in Oregon, so we should have a welcome to Oregon sign. No parking as well, like it's about motorbikes and things like that. I was like, no parking is good. Hospital sign as well. These are all like, I don't think there is a hospital in the game. Sarah was a scientist, I think, but I wanted to kind of keep around that theme. Again, we go down here, I've got a speed limit sign. We're on about motorbikes and stuff like that. This is kind of like a hazard sign that's broken and weathered here. I put a lot of effort into this sign here, which you can't even see, but I put a lot of effort into it. It's a Liberty Motel sign, which does feature in the game, and you can't even see that, so you have to be real eagle-eyed to pick up on that. But yeah, it all just came together, and I did this side first, and I pretty much nailed this side completely before I even started the other side. But that side, I was like, yes, it's working. And now I've announced that I will start showing you some of the process and some of the bits that I made throughout. The center panel, I always knew the center panel was going to be this metal mesh look, and it's just held in place, but the client will stick it down. But I knew it wanted to be this rusted metal mesh. It'd go in perfectly with the riveted rusted metal. I've even painted the insides gunmetal as well. And the back, I'm really quite pleased with the back. Again, I started with this metal riveted frame. And then I knew I wanted to do the same. I didn't want to replicate the front, but I was like, we've got another welcome to Oregon sign. I knew that. I knew we were to have another no parking sign. We've also got a little rest area sign, a broken bus stop sign, some rusted corrugated metal under here. We've got another hazard sign. I wanted to stay on my original idea, but not quite. So I knew the dog wanted to be in the middle, but I also knew how intricate the dog is. I was going to struggle. And then I was like, you know what? We should have a sign with Farewell Original on the bottom, and we should have Mongrel on top. So they were like, and I wanted to rivet them on again as kind of like an afterthought. So I didn't want them to be straight. I didn't want them to be neat. I wanted them to kind of be on an angle and look like they were holding these signs in place, and I just wanted it to look like almost like one of the bases, like Iron Mike's or something like that. I wanted it to look like a fence that was keeping the infected from getting in. But the dog, I didn't want it to be perfect. I wanted it to be rough. I wanted it to look like it had been spray painted on to the design. So if I bring it closer to you, like, so I got some spatter in there as well. I wanted it to be rough, so I had it like coming off the edge of the sign here, looked like a stencil. Then I've sprayed some extra red on here. It's all just meant to look like it was built in the times, in the end of the world, in the apocalypse, in the zombies. The whole thing is just a montage of survival. But this is probably a piece that I'm extremely proud of. This is a piece that I put a lot of effort into, but came out very organically, and I'm just really happy about, because I think it's stunning. And I said the other day, I said I wish I didn't have to send this one away, because I would keep this for myself. I would absolutely keep this. And I would like to make a controller with this kind of style as well. I think that'd be really cool. But this is very in my wheelhouse, and I've thoroughly enjoyed this project. So if you have an idea, I'm so sorry, it's the hottest day of the year and I'm sweating. That's why I'm in a different room. It's too hot outside in the workshop. It's too hot upstairs. So I'm in a different room in the house. It's just very hot. That's why I'm dressed like this as well. It's hot and sticky. But if you would like a Retrolica original, drop me a message. Come on the website, check out some stuff. We've done The Last of Us, we've done God of War, we've done Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which has just got a remaster as well. We've now done Days Gone. I have ideas for days. Give me a game, I've more than likely got an idea. If I've not got an idea, we'll work on one. But this is great, and I love this. So come and check out the website at retrolica.co.uk. Drop me a message on Instagram or TikTok, YouTube. Reach out to me wherever you can. If you want a commission, if you want a design, hit me up. Also, Ben Studio, give me a job. I'm great at this stuff, and I love this so much. And I would love to make more things like this. Each game has a theme, each game has a vibe. I love finding that vibe, I love finding the theme. This is beautiful. And I would quite like to revisit this theme, this vibe, for other games. It would lend to The Last of Us. If you like the design but love The Last of Us, we can make this work for The Last of Us. Get some fireflies in there and some different signage. It would work particularly well for Dying Light or Dying Light 2. There are so many games. Even like you want Xbox doing, I can do Xbox 2. We could do Gears of War or anything. This zombie apocalypse theme though is probably my favorite thing to do. And it's beautiful. Absolutely love it. So I hope you guys like the design. I hope you like what I've done. Like I said, I'm going to be showing some of the processes, some of the individual pieces that I was working on that I just wanted to announce it as a whole before giving away too much of the design. So I will, now it's been announced, show more of the building process. But it's fantastic. I love it, it's brilliant. I hope the person who commissioned it likes it as much as I do, and hopefully as much as you guys do as well. This one has the potential to go far. Make sure that happens by dropping a like, a comment. Let me know what game I should work on next. It's been a pleasure as always, my friends. I will catch you very soon, and as always, endure and survive.